Hello everybody, my name is Tevin Stakston and I am very happy to welcome you all to this conversation with Rachel Lang, the director of Our Men. The film is selected for the Stockholm competition this year and is therefore nominated for the Bronze Horse, the world's heaviest film prize. So thank you for joining us, Rachel, and we are so happy to have you here with us. So to start off, it's a film about the Foreign Legion, but foremost the relationships that take place within this setting. And where did you find the idea for this story?
I wanted to make a story about the couple and the place which is much more difficult for a couple was for me in the army, and in that specific branch of the army in the French Foreign Legion, it's very difficult because there is a rule that is that you don't have the right to get married during your first 5 years. So when you are a foreign legionary. It's not the same rule for the officer, but it's for the legionary from all over the world. And it is more than 150 nationalities from all over the world. It's also complicated for the woman and the wife who come in Corsica not to have their family very close to them. So it's difficult for the couple because they come to join someone who is never on the island.
Okay, so you started more with the relationship aspect and then finding more of a difficult situation. And I understand that you have a background in the military, right?
Yes.
So what was your experience there in the military? What did you do?
Today I'm a French reserve officer. And when I was younger, I was a French soldier. So when I was 19, I was studying philosophy and theater in university. And by chance, I get the opportunity to, as a summer job, to go in the army. And then I spent 2 weeks doing things to learn everything. And after that, I decided it was such a big experience and a big something like really important for me that I decided to go on and to stay. And then I left to go to do my school, my movie school. And after my movie school, I joined the officer school to graduate.
Wow. And have you found that it has helped you with your current work as a director in any way, your background in the military?
Yeah, because it's some things are the same, like a group to go to somewhere together, the same in the cinema and in the army. The individual is not important, it's everybody going from a point A to B. And I think, making movie, it's much more less pressure because you don't. The risk is that the movie is bad and not the death of the people, so it's easier.
True, the stakes are lower in that sense.
Yeah.
And going back to the Legion, I found the Foreign Legion uses songs in both their training and as a way of creating this community. How did you go about in the process of choosing which songs to use in your film, as I think they are ever present in the film?
Yeah, I wanted, it's very important to have songs in the army to create a family and to be together with sensitive things like the music. It's not only French. It's not only Foreign Legion songs, it's also from the regular army songs. So it's mixed things. And it was important that the creation of the other music made by Odezen, the group, they inspired from the songs from the army songs, and they create modulation on the theme of these army songs to create some other play.
Okay, wow. And being as you notice, we are digitally doing this Q&A, so the pandemic is still affecting us. Was the pandemic a thing during the production of the film in some shape or form?
In fact, we finished the shooting on the 1st July 2019, and we finished the post-production in spring 2020. So it was during the pandemic we finished, and so the film stayed during 1 year locked because we didn't want to go in. We wanted to wait for the real life coming again, to go in festival in real and so on, and so we blocked it during more than 1 year.
So not the actual production, more the release then.
Yeah.
Okay. And the cast is a fantastic ensemble, and especially Louis Garrel is portraying a character far from previous film roles that we have seen him in. How did you go about the casting of the film?
So I write without thinking about anyone. So I began the casting with no one, and my casting director was the same for the other film. And we began to find to look for Ina, for the girl, because we have one in the most character in the girl world and one in the men world. And we get chance to find Ina very because she was in the Cours Florent Paris in the international class, so she speaks English, a bit French, but not a lot, and it was very good for the play. And she was not Ukrainian, but she came from Lithuania. So, but mother was a Russian speaker, so it was a very good. Everything was perfect. For the men, it was difficult because I didn't want to meet Louis Garrel, and my producer asked me to meet him, and I said, no way. Why? It's not at all the kind of guy I want. So I accept to have a coffee, and after the coffee, I say it's not possible. He came with like 50 minutes late. It was like error and so on. It's not possible. It's not possible. And I accept finally to do a reading, and the reading was so good that I accept. I say, okay, if you agree to have a coach to learn the military thing and so on, let's go. And yeah, I accept. So
fantastic. Okay, so far from the character then,
yeah,
of Maxime. You have once said in an interview that the military world is far from the civilian world. And did you ever think about how the film would be received in these two parallel worlds that almost exist?
Yeah, it was one of the most. I mean, I did the film to I don't know, to pay tribute to the families, to this family, and I wanted that making a link between the civilian world and the army world, because for a long time now in France there is no more military services. So nobody knows, and there is no contact between the world. So I wanted to be able to explain the job to the civilian, and to show it's not like a crazy man shooting anything. I mean, war is a job, and yes, I'm happy now because the release has been done in France, and civilians are very touched, and the military recognize themselves. So in both of worlds, I'm happy with what is arriving here.
Yeah, I mean, following up on that, the depiction of conflict feels authentic and modern, with like the clear radio communication between Maxime and the command, anxiety on patrols, and the fact that you never see the enemy in Mali, really, only when they have surrendered. And would this be something you could be interested in continuing to depict, like the impact of military on our society and the people's individual lives in a future project?
Yeah, Yeah, exactly. No, yes, I mean, it was not a war film. It was a film about war and how war is contaminating everybody, and how it's difficult to come back from from this situation to the civilian life. So yeah, and the next project is about it's a spy film. So spy is also mixed with army stuff and state problematic. So yeah, it will be a continuation.
Okay, great to hear. Because my final question was if you had any upcoming projects specifically. So great to hear. So kind of similar themes and that you have explored here already. Great to hear, because I love the film. I think it's a fantastic depiction of both the Legion and, of course, the family surrounding them. So thank you so much for both the Q&A and for the film.
Thank you very much.